lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Delight I found in your embrace. I'm thankful, though I know it's ending all too soon. And thanks for unforgettable nights I never can replace, and memories that linger like a haunting tune. It is better to have loved you dear and long.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Old Curiosity Shop and a dining room table thrift haul. Just look at all of that stuff. Now, everything that you see on that table is available in the Old Curiosity Shop eBay store right now. That's right now. Well, almost everything. If it's not in the store yet, it will be by the end of this day. And I'll tell you what's not listed yet, so you can keep your eyes open if you're interested in those items. Hey, almost everything is Art Deco on this table, but not everything. Now, if you're new to Art Deco, it's a design period that started in Europe, mostly in France. And when it began, shortly after Art Deco started before the First World War. It gets its name from the exhibition that was held in 1925. And I think Art Deco was coined sometime in the 1960s. It's a long French title for the 1925 exhibition, and I won't try to say it because I'll forget it or I'll mess it up. But anyway, originally in France, this style was very modern and it was expensive. Oh my goodness, high quality items that were really only for the wealthy. We did not attend old Herbert Hoover, who was the chairman of the, Chamber of Commerce, not Chamber of Commerce. What am I trying to say? Anyway. He wasn't president yet, but he was the one that decided, hey, we don't have any modern design in America. We're not sending anybody. But a delegation went just to see what is all this Art Deco, which they weren't really calling it Art Deco yet. What was it all about? And those designers came home, and here in America, it morphed into American Streamline and really what we call just sort of dime store deco. Now, these items here, anyone could purchase in a dime store, a 5 and 10 store, across our country. And these became inexpensive items that folks could use to glitz up their Depression-era homes. We would see a lot of this fancy stuff in the Hollywood movies of the day. So that wasn't really meant to be a full history of Art Deco. It can be streamlined, it can be chrome, there's a lot of cobalt glass. The geometric deco takes its hint from geometry in many cases, and we can see that here. It's very modern and very much unlike your old granny's American Brilliant cut glass. So anyway, let's talk about what's not Art Deco, and obviously it's this plate right here from 1909. A calendar plate. I like it a lot, and it's semi-porcelain, and you can see here that all around the perimeter of the plate we have the months with appropriate decorations. See how they've done that? Look at October. All right, very nice. That's in the old Curiosity Shop eBay store right now. And not really Art Deco, but something that would date to probably the 1930s here. This little pressed glass. What could have been for cigarettes. They did keep cigarettes on coffee tables in little trinket boxes like this. There were small cigarettes that were unfiltered that would have fit down in there beautifully. But this might also have been for a lady's dresser. I think it would be very nice as a trinket kind of a box today. There is a metalwork frame on the front, which is really pretty. And it has a gold patina on it, which you can see much better now. This is unmarked. And then a nice fire polished sort of almost waffle patterned glass trinket box right there. Okay, for your trinkets. So again, not really Art Deco, but from probably the 1930s. And I almost forgot, really the only thing here that I'm not selling is my Hazel Atlas Cobalt Blue Sportsman tumbler, which I have a nice set of 8 of these, including, do I have the picture? I don't think I do. Look at this. That is the most Art Deco iron I've ever seen in my life. I don't think you'll find one any more deco than that. Now, we are all about the streamline here, yeah? Not the geometry. But this thing is fierce. And the condition is super califragilistic. Now, oddly enough, I plugged it in and didn't get any heat. These things almost always work, so I'm not really sure what's going on. We're going to leave that to the new owner to decide. The cord is in good shape and everything. And I don't really have time to go monkeying with it. So I'm selling it as a decorative item, as a typical piece, I shouldn't say typical, as an over-the-top example of American Streamline design. And it could certainly be repaired. There may be something faulty with the switch or with the thermostat on the inside. These things can always be repaired, but as I said, we'll let the new owner decide. It is what is it called? Pettipoint, P-E-T-I-P-O-I-N-T, made in made in Sandusky, Ohio. And good heavens, Miss Sakimoto, it weighs 5 pounds. Probably made from good old Bethlehem steel, who knows? I love the little chicken head knob, but boy, oh boy, I couldn't say no to that. The only thing is you can't stand this guy up on its own. It has to just sit flat like that. But anyway, I love it, and it's a great example of American Streamline design from the 1930s. Look at these fins. I can't believe it. Typical of what you would see for the cocktail hour, for candy or nuts or whatever you'd like. A little chrome server here, which is pierced, and I don't remember. Sometimes these are marked and sometimes they aren't. That is a Farber Brothers Chrome Craft. Okay, we're going to see another Chrome Craft item in a minute. And then we have coffee and tea already. So you can stack these. They have their own lids. I just have the coffee and the tea. Boy, doesn't that remind you of a 1930s diner? Look at the font that they used there. So very deco. And then over here we've got 6 frosted cordials that would have had a matching cocktail shaker. They're on their own now. They've got gold bands. And this is probably Macbeth Evans. Or so you know, every time I try do this by heart, I can never really remember what I'm trying to say. More than one company could have. Bartlett Collins, yeah, I'm trying to think of all the different companies that made this type of glass. So little frosted cordials or little cocktail glasses, which can be used on their own. Look at those candlesticks back there by Heisy. It's called New Era, line 44 something. I've got it in the auction listing. I can't remember. Now, when you bought these, you had the option to buy. Let's get one over here. Let's bring the one over that has a little boopy doopy doop, because I need to show that to you. This one is in excellent condition with no problems. This one has a little issue, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. When you bought these, you could also get, if I remember correctly, 2 square Bobèche attachments to put on here and have your prisms hanging down. Boy, it was elegant that way as well. So these are called 2 light because they would take 2 candles, and one of them, you know what happened. Now, we always blame Granny, but let's blame old Uncle Henry this time. What did he do? He lit the candles and then fell asleep listening to the Philco radio hour. Didn't blow them out, and you get one of those little inner, what I'm calling an inner crack. It comes from heat, right? When the candle burns down, you get a, like in a car windshield. I don't know why I had to make that sound effect. Okay, I don't like it, but it's there. It doesn't affect the integrity of the piece. In other words, when you shove a candle down in there, you're not going to break this. And I've shoved a candle down in there, and it's good and sound. So it happens, but there isn't any damage on these other than that. I said ouch because I stood up and my belt loop got hooked up in my Windsor chair. That's always fun when that happens to you.
Ooh, that brother takes my breath away.
So, New Era, Heisy, a great glass company, went out of business, I think, in 52, 54, 56, something like that. Okay, here's a clock that, you know, I don't like selling things that don't work or that are damaged, but if things can be fixed, and this can, of course, the spring is broken. This would have been a dime store clock. Probably American made, although I have looked it over top to bottom and cannot find anything on it, and I know where to look. Sometimes there'll be signatures down in here and on the back and everything, but alas alack, I can't find it. Too good to say no because of its condition. Wonderful. Green felt on the bottom. When we turn it around to the back, it was an inexpensive little wind-up clock, and the spring is broken. That is repairable. And so therefore, if you'd like to get this little wind-up bedside clock working again, you certainly could have it repaired, or you could use it just as a nice example of Art Deco design. Look at that, almost looks like machine turned. I came over here to the daylight. I know it seems like way down there underneath what looks like machine turned the face there, that it looks like something is printed, but it's actually not. It's just sort of the crinkled edge of that foiled face. Foiled face! I hope I don't get a foiled face. I'm starting to get a wrinkled face. But that's just fantastic. Okay, we've seen this before. I sold the larger one a while ago. That's the smaller one. You got two sizes. Hazel Atlas made the glass. No, it's not a marriage. I didn't stick a mixing bowl in there. That's the way it was made. Hazel Atlas did the glass, and that was their small mixing bowl. And they got somebody else like Farber Brothers or, to supply the chrome, ice buckets for them so that they could sell this with their cobalt blue glassware and have an ice bucket. Right? So they sent the measurements to the metal company and they supplied them with, now what would hang here, of course, would be ice tongs, and I don't have them. Okay. Love it. Let's see now. There's another chrome craft piece. It's a cocktail shaker. This one's got some wear on it, you can see from use. See little scratches on there? But still a nice example with brown bakelite here and here. And a black plastic cap. That probably originally was brown bakelite like this, or chrome. I don't believe that they mixed the black and the brown. So that's probably a replacement. This is nice. If you're collecting cocktail shakers. It's got one split. Now, where is it? Right there. Let me show it to you. Which does not go up into the shaker itself. It's only, see that split right down there at the bottom? It didn't focus. I'll let you see it better. There's a little split in the metal right there, but it's only at the base. It doesn't go up into the shaker itself. So it will hold liquid if you'd like to shake, shake, shake. All right, look at this. I love this thing. Now this is made in Japan in the 1930s. And once again, you know who, eat your heart out, Miss Lemon or Jeeves and Wooster. The trivet or the underplate, the coffee pot or teapot, the cream and the sugar, and it all stacks together with platinum bands. How nifty is it that you take the covered sugar bowl off and the creamer, and the lid to the sugar bowl doubles as the lid to the teapot. Wow. How about the fact that the matching trivet has stayed with it? Let you see the Made in Japan mark on the bottom. There were hundreds of Made in Japan back stamps. Hundreds of them. Now this set is not chipped or cracked. Little crazing there, as you can see. That's something that you typically get with some of these older ceramics. But so deco and absolutely totally complete, ready to be used, right? Cocktail shaker there with its red lucite handle, and we've got 6 cocktail stems to go with it. Boy, the manufacturers were pumping these out. As soon as the word got out that FDR had won the 1932 election, boy, they did not waste any time, and neither did he. After swearing in, it didn't take him long to repeal the Volstead Act. And the companies had cocktail shakers already set to go on the market. happy days are here again. And everybody was singing, "Oh, what a delight to be carefree and gay once again. Something, 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 drinking like civilized ladies and men." You could actually go out and have a cocktail, finally, in public without being arrested.
We're in the money.
We're in the money.
We got a lot of fun. It takes to get along.
And so the cocktail shakers hit the scene. There's another one over there in Cobalt blue. Yep, it did originally have a little red top there, which is gone. But look, we take them as we can find them. So you're going to have to put your hand over it if you're going to shake, 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 or find yourself another top for that. This will come off, but beautiful cobalt glass. That shaker right there. Isn't that a nice one? That might be Hazel Atlas, I don't know. That might be their, it's a little different color than the Ritz Blue, so I don't remember who the maker was of that. I think I knew it one time. Good condition except for it's missing that cap. Yeah. Let's see. What else have we got here? I had to have a sip. Oh! Look at that. Two stylized elephants. And I'm told this is where you can extinguish a cigarette if you'd like. You stick it in there. And this is, let's see here. Well, anyway, Hamilton Products. Little ashtray, probably from the 40s. And then finally, if I'm not missing anything, what might be my favorite piece is this glass vase right here. Now, I get a Germany or a Czechoslovakian feel on this. It's unmarked completely, you can see. Now we see the geometry, right? And then these little flowers that are painted on here. They seem a little incongruent with the geometric lower portion of the piece, but it's a little vase. And some of the black paint has worn off here. It's a thick opalescent type of glass, not really milk glass. We didn't have solid white milk glass until sometime in the 50s. But this is a 1930s piece. And I've seen a lot of glass that came out of Europe, deco glass that came out of Europe. And I don't know, but whether or not it may be a German piece, it's just my little feeling on it. And this is all different color enamels here on the front. I'm sorry, that's the decoration on it. And it has no chips or cracks. All right, so, wow. Really nice pieces of Art Deco design, Art Modern design, mostly all made right here in the US of A. Now, it's all listed except, and I'm saying except because I don't want you to go on the eBay store and then write and say, "Scott, I can't find." I'm working on it. The last few things are going to be listed over the next couple of hours, and hopefully I'll have them up before this video goes up. But I do not have this piece listed yet, or this, or this, or these. And I believe everything else is already in the eBay store. Now, the auctions run for 7 days, so depending on when you see the video, you know, you can get in there if you see anything you like. And I've really been pumping out the items in that eBay store. And I want to thank you for watching. What did you like? I just love this 1930s deco style. It sure did brighten up and cheer up the homes of many of our grandparents during those really dismal days of the 1930s when they kind of wanted to feel like Myrna Loy and Dick Powell and, all of those people sitting around in swanky New York penthouses. They could kind of do it. If they had a few extra pennies to go out and buy these items at the dime store. Now, the Heisy candlesticks, you had to go to one of your department stores for that, but pretty much everything else was very inexpensive. Okay, that's it. What was your favorite? Huh? Do you like it? Do you like the 30s? Do you like that era? It's one of my favorite eras to collect, and I hope that it is for you as well. Until then, I'll see you on the next show here at the Old Curiosity Shop. And as always, I'm Scott, and I say thank you for watching, and wait for the cat. So long for now.
Meow.